What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the arena. It's your boy SEADUB, and I'm coming at y'all and shooting y'all what I think will be a great video today to talk about some stuff that's really on my mind. This stuff is actually kind of troubling your boy right now, because I'm in a transitionary phase of life and stuff, and really figuring out some things and mapping out some things, and coming to some realizations of things and where I've left potential and stuff like that on the table from maybe past endeavors and past experiences, and trying to link all that knowledge together with where I'm at now to come through with a successful plan. So to kick that off, let's just get into it. This is one of the metrics of success that I look at personally. Maybe other people see it differently. Oh, of course, other people see it differently, but this is just the way I see it. And I probably don't share this view with everybody because we live in a super self-centered world. That's not your boy. I'm not a super self-centered guy. I really do think about the outcomes of others. So this metric of success is that you are not on if you can't put other people on. You're not on if you can't put other people on. And what I mean by that is, say you're getting money, right? If other people that you know can't get money with you, then you're either not getting enough money, or you don't have enough power, or the situation is not beneficial enough for you to really be out and about over it. In my past, I've always been in situations where I'm creating something that allows me to bring wealth to others and bring opportunities to other people. So in the past, I've been in situations where I've created different jobs and ways to make money. I've always had stuff like that. Working in the corporate world and stuff, and for corporations, it was weird to me because everything goes through like hiring processes and stuff and HRs. You deal with like a lot of overhead management and stuff like that, and it's not the type of situation where you could just bring somebody on board. Or even though I still kind of managed to do that in a way, I still helped someone that really needed it. I helped them get a job with the company and stuff, and they're still there, doing well. But also in a way, in corporate jobs and careers, you make fixed incomes and stuff. So you're probably not making the type of money to where you could just give money to the people that need it as well around you, because you're probably not making enough to. And some of the stuff I've done before, I'm making a lot of money, and we're working really hard, but we're making a lot of money in a short period of time. So that allows me the freedom to help people that need help. In my younger years, I put my friends on a lot, and that ended up burning me. And over the time, I've learned, and how to have the discernment on which friends are actually your better friends and have your best interests. Because lots of times I put on friends at jobs and smaller stuff like that, and it turns out these guys are lazy and stuff and don't want to work, and silly and stuff, and they'll fuck off your opportunities or fuck off your reputation with people and stuff like that. So you have to know how to avoid people like that, because if you stick your neck out for them, they can definitely fuck you over. So my uncle, me and him were always really close. When I was coming up, I looked up to him a lot, and he was just a really cool guy. But shortly after my dad died, which I'd like to tell y'all the story of that too, if that's something y'all want to hear about. Shortly after my dad died, my uncle went to prison. He had to serve a 10-year sentence. And my dad died when I was 15, so right there at the start of high school and stuff, my uncle goes and he's locked away for a long time for some dumb shit. But he was a repeat offender and stuff like that, so they sat his ass down for a little while. In my high school age, early college age, and stuff like that, I always thought to myself, man, when my uncle gets out of prison, I'm going to have something for him to do so I can make sure he stays on the straight and narrow, and I can make sure I help him get his life right and get his life back on track and stuff like that, and, really be able to help him out. Sure enough, when he got out of prison, I came over to my grandmother's house on his first day out and hung out with him for a little bit, and they're having a little party for him. And I'm like, hey, man, 8 a.m. tomorrow, be ready to go because I'm picking you up and we're going to work. And he was shocked, but I was able to give him probably an amount of money that he had never made in his lifetime, because he came out of prison at almost 60 years old. And, he worked his ass off for me. We made really good money working together. He would help me a lot with what I had going and stuff, all legitimate business and work and stuff. I would make a lot of money, and I would pay him very well for his time and stuff. And, I definitely gave him like a season of prosperity coming right home from prison and being able to go right to work and make really good money. I mean, we did that for probably about 3 or 4 years. And we both kind of went our separate ways on the endeavors and stuff because he had some health issues and stuff he had to deal with. And I had to go some different directions with some of the stuff I was doing at the time. You know, running a business for yourself, it allows you to make the type of money and stuff where you can either be in a situation to need to employ people, or you're making enough money to where you can help and do things for the people that you care about. But a job, you know, it keeps you just over broke. I've never been in a situation with a job where I really feel like I can help the people around me that need it, or come up with situations where I can empower others. I know some other people that run small business as well, and you know, they're able to empower people to really make change for their future and stuff like that, where, you know, the opportunities presented to them and like mega corporations and stuff, they just wouldn't really bring home the bacon for them. And, you know, talking about metrics of success, you know, one way that I look at it as well is that until the day that my mom and dad don't have to go to work anymore and they're not, you know, wondering where the money's going to come from, I haven't hit the metrics of success that I'm looking for in life, you know. Until I can retire my people and stuff and say, you know, you don't have to worry about this rat race anymore. And, you know, you don't have to worry about giving 40, 50, 60 hours of your time away every week to some corporation that you're just a number to them and stuff. You know, I haven't met the levels of success that I'm looking for in life, you know, and that's through, you know, investments, making money, and, you know, making really smart decisions as far as time and how you spend it. I think a lot of people nowadays, you know, we measure things by individual success. And yeah, you know, people might make a lot of money. Money's never been something I've just had a huge amount of respect for just because you're making a lot of money. I think it's more about, you know, the principles you stand on and what you do with that. And I think, you know, I look at it through a lens of, you know, if your parents are still working, if they still have to work, if they're still worried about, you know, where money is coming from and stuff, then you're just not that successful in my eyes, you know, because I just don't look at things from a selfish type of standpoint. I look at, you know, what can you do for somebody else? But you have to be careful though, because like I said, you know, I've been in situations where I've put friends on with jobs and stuff in my way younger years when I had, you know, less important jobs and stuff like that. And they're like, you know, we need somebody. So I call up my friends and say, you know, hey, come here. And they don't give a shit, you know, they don't care about it like you do and stuff. So then you end up getting your neck stepped on to your bosses or managers or whatever, you name it. You end up getting your reputation stained by these people, and they don't really care about the end outcome like you do. And a lot of people don't have your reputation in mind. A lot of people don't have your best interests in mind, to tell you the truth. Yeah, that's just one way I look at things, guys, is that, you know, if you can only put yourself on, you're not on, you know. You're only on whenever you can help other people, whenever you can help your family, whenever you can help your close friends that won't fuck you over, you know. And I think when it comes to doing things on your own, you need a team, right? You can accomplish some by yourself, but you really need a strong team of individuals that share a goal with you and are down to see the vision through. So, you know, work on building your proper team. It's one thing to be the MVP, but the MVP is nothing without the winning team around them, because you can be the best player in the league, of any league, but if you're not on the winning team, you're still just a loser at the end of the day. So don't be the MVP of the losing team. Build a winning team around you. Go for success. Go for the gold, and put people on that want to share similar values, visions, and dreams and goals, guys, and get out there and crush it, man. I'm really glad I made this video for y'all today. I think I'm gonna wrap it up at that. This has been The Arena with SEADUB, man. If you found me on here, I love you guys. I'll have more for you soon. Peace.